Hi, I'm Mary Walter, and I've been asked to tell my conservation story. Currently, I'm on staff at Conesty Foundation, and to tell my conservation story really encompasses my whole life because I just feel like I grew up in a family that took me places, and I guess my middle name is Curious. I'm curious about the natural world. I'm curious about everything green. I was blessed to grow up in a family that took vacations every summer, and we would go to the beach, the South Carolina coast. You can't beat it. 2 weeks every summer. And when I was there, my Aunt Hazel would always go along with us, and she taught me how to look for seashells and for fossils, mainly shark's teeth. But I grew up going there and picking up just about everything on the beach and asking her, "What is this? Teach me about that." And then the other vacation we would take growing up was to go up to the mountains near Hendersonville, and we would explore around there. I went to Canoga, which is an Episcopal conference center. My dad was an Episcopal minister, and we would go there for the guest period. And my favorite part of Canoga was going to the craft cottage. I even remember the woman's name. Mrs. Skinner would teach me about the plants, and we would make terrariums out of pie dishes. And I was just always so curious, and I ate it up with a spoon. When I was in high school, my favorite teacher was Mrs. Richardson at Daniel High School in Clemson. And she challenged us with a wildflower collection. And so I jumped on that. Oh, I was so excited. We'd go up to Table Rock State Park. We'd go around Lake Hartwell collecting wildflowers and pressing them into books, and I loved it. My first introduction really to land conservation was actually by my paternal grandmother who lived in Greenville. And she taught me about the Nature Conservancy. I had no idea what the Nature Conservancy was, but she told me about it, and it stuck. So let's just move forward about 10 or 12 years. I was busy for a while having my 3 children. And then when my youngest was old enough and I was anxious to get busy with something, doing something, and I just happened into a position at the local land trust in Spartanburg. It's called SPACE for short, kind of green space, but it stood for Spartanburg Area Conservancy. And I was there for 23 years, loved it. I learned so much from the people around me. We were so lucky to have professors from Wofford College, Converse College, USC Upstate to come help me learn this field of land conservation. And it was just wonderful. I walked through the woods, through creeks and streams, turned over rocks, explored, and we were successful. And it was just absolutely wonderful. My kids might complain today. No, actually they don't complain, because when we would go on vacation, we would take them to national parks and state parks. I didn't take them to Disney World and Six Flags. And at the time they complained, but I think now that they're older, they really do appreciate it. I left SPACE after about 23 years and did a little bit of work in Tryon, North Carolina, with a land trust there called the Pacolet Area Conservancy. And I was there for about 2.5 years, loved getting to know that area of North Carolina, Pacolet River and the watershed there, and so much diversity in wildlife there. And then I had an opportunity to move to Greenville 5 years ago. I'd known Dave Hargett for over 20 years because of my position at SPACE in Spartanburg. and I wasn't ready to retire. I wanted to do something. And so Tom Kester, mutual friend, hooked me up with Dave, and so here I am. I've been here for 4 years now, and I love it. It is so great to be able to have a place where I can come and be a part of protecting these over 400 acres and doing my part to help promote it and preserve it, making good choices. To wrap it up, I just feel so fortunate that I have been given the opportunity to grow up in this part of the United States, this part of our world, where I can be at the ocean in 3.5 hours, and I can be in the mountains in less than an hour. There's so much to explore, so much to learn, always so much to learn. I love learning new wildflowers and new birds. It's exciting to me. Learning new things keeps me going, and nature really just fuels that excitement in me.